we in the pool swimming, and I just remember hearing my bro like, "Oh my God!" I just scream out loud and shit. Like we like, what the fuck? She like Tupac then.
Got the experience of the 90s and that whole, triple hip hop.
That was the best time ever. Like out of my years of growing up, the 90s and early 2000s was the best time for hip hop. Like it'll never be that. Like those were the golden years. Like when they talk about golden oldies and those was the real golden. That was the golden era for me in my era. Like, you know what I mean? Somebody else older, they gonna tell you different. But for me growing up in the era and the time span that I was growing up in, that was the golden time for hip hop, the 90s, early 2000s, especially the 90s though, really the 90s, but some of the early 2000s, I say to about 2008, then it started getting a little weird. Like, yeah, after, you know what I mean? It started getting a little weird after 08.
But tell me about the era. It seemed more, because I could only, 96, I was probably 4 years old.
Serious?
Yeah, 28.
96, when I was 14, I believe I was 14 in 96.
It is, because that's when...
I turned 14, I was 13 and 14. I was 13, I'm a Leo, so my birthday in July. So I was 13 and turned 14 in 96. Like when Pac died, I was 14 already when Pac died.
How was that? That's my favorite rapper.
That was crazy. Like I still remember the day. I say it all the time. Like, cause that was at the time when Pac died, that was my favorite fucking rapper. Like I was just stuck on Pac. Everything was Tupac. And then he died, and it was just like, well, I remember him getting shot. When he got shot, it was like, damn, Pac got shot. And we was like, damn. But it like in our mind, I guess like me and like, the people around me at the time, friends, we just felt like, oh yeah, he gonna be straight. Like, damn, he got shot again. You know what I mean? He gonna come tell us another story, make some more songs, go off. It was gonna be lit. And then Friday, September the 13th come, bam, Tupac died. And I remember it was this little hood rat broad I was fucking with at the time. I remember me and my boys and like a couple of other bitches, we was in the pool swimming and shit. And we in the pool swimming, and I just remember hearing my bro like, "Oh my God!" I just scream out loud and shit. Like we like, what the? She like Tupac then? Like just running through the building, like just hysterical shit. Like that was her big brother or something. It was just crazy. We was like, what the fuck? And I just remember us going to the radio, and I remember listening to, I think it was Theo at the time, Theo 92.3 The Beat. I believe it was Theo. Like I remember listening to the shit and like just, it was crazy. And just the whole energy in the city and just the conversations in the barber shop. It was like, Tupac death was a lot. It's a lot. And then like right now, I see like Nipsey's death. Nipsey's death is like it's kind of mirroring the same, yeah, you know what I mean? The same energy. Yeah.
Now at that time, where were you living? You living anywhere?
When Pac died, I was in Gardena at the time. But it's in LA, still LA.
No, I heard after he had died, there was a lot of gang war. Did you ever hear about that or notice that?
In Compton, it was in Compton though. Like, you know what I mean? It was a lot of, it was like a big ass war that broke out between the Pyrus but I wasn't even gang banging at the time yet. So I wasn't as like attentive to, we heard about it, but I wasn't as attentive to all that part of it. Like, you know what I mean? It was more than just about the Tupac thing. But, like now that I'm older and I could look back and a lot of people, that was involved then, I know when, I've spoken to now. So now it's a different, it's like, damn, like, but when I was a kid, I didn't worry about that part of it. Like, you know what I mean?
So another like crossover content?
Not really, nah. Mm-hmm. It was all Compton shit. Compton.